I am Tiana Corbin for 11 Live. We're here today at Quayside Leisure Centre in Kingsbridge. I am here with Councillor Julie Pearce. Julie, hello.
Well, hello. Hello.
If you could just tell us a bit about why it's so important that the leisure centres are open again and the benefits for not just people's bodies but also their mental health.
Yes, of course. It's been really hard for our residents not to have any leisure centres open until recently, and I'm really pleased that Kingsbridge is now, the pool has reopened this week, and the gym has been open for some time. We've been actually having quite a lot of local residents because this pool was paid for largely by local subscription when it was built, and so a lot of local people have a real affinity for it and want to come back. So it's really good on the first day it's open to see people in the pool swimming up and down. I was particularly keen that it should reopen for our youngsters in the area because it's really important when you live in a coastal area that all kids should be able to swim and should have learnt properly. And we know they'll all be going to the beaches, and we know it's really important that they learn to swim. Quite apart from that, for everybody's health and well-being is one of the council's core functions, and we're really keen that people should come and use the leisure centre, get fit again. We've all been walking and doing a bit of jogging and stuff like that during lockdown and through the summer. But now with the winter coming in, and particularly today when it's pouring with rain, it's important that people can get inside and exercise. I'm really impressed with what I've seen inside. All the social distancing and all the arrangements are really safe for people to use. And I do have to say to people, please come and use it, because if you don't use it, you may lose it, because it's costing us quite a lot of money to keep it open, and we're doing it for you, and we really want you to come and enjoy it, but it does depend on fairly heavy usage from the public to keep these facilities open.
Thank you so much. Right, so we're now going to go inside and we're going to talk to the General Manager, Andrew Whitson, who's just going to kind of talk us through what changes have been made to make it COVID safe. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right.
This is Andrew Robertson, the General Manager. Hi, Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Do you want to just talk us a bit about what's been made at the moment, and we'll kind of have a walk through the leisure centre in a moment, and you can talk us through it.
Yeah, sure. So, to begin with, we've made lots of changes to the centre, obviously because of the COVID restrictions. But the main changes are our one-way systems and the fact that we have sanitised stations in many places in the building. So as soon as you walk into the building, you come into reception, you're asked to go to the sanitising station to begin with, and then obviously you work your way through the building depending on the one-way system. And of course, we made changes into other areas of the business as well.
Right, okay, should we go and have a look at something?
Yeah, of course we can. So we'll begin by going to our sports hall, where we've made changes, and that's where we hold our group exercise program. As you can see, there's a one-way system in all areas of the building. Once again, we ask people to use a sanitising station before they enter the sports hall. And we're now in the sports hall. So this is where we use this area for our group exercise programmes. These previously were held in our studios, but now because we need more space, we need more ventilation, we do all our group exercise in this area, the sports hall. And as you can see, we actually have boxed out a percentage of the sports hall. So the expectation is that the activity occurs within the box, and me and you at the moment are 2 metres away. So we make sure we've got, social distancing. But we also have cleaning stations as well. So we have sanitising stations along the edge of the building. So the expectation is, if you're using equipment, that you wipe down equipment before you start, and you also wipe down equipment after you're finished as well.
So what classes and stuff have kind of been affected or had to?
Well, we've obviously had to cut down our programme from where we were pre-COVID. So we do have a wider range of classes, ranging from spinning right through to yoga and body balance. But of course, we're probably operating at about 30 to 40% of the programme in its size as to pre-COVID.
Right, okay, well, that's very good. Right, where should we go to next?
Well, we'll just go back towards the main entrance to the section, and we'll go to the gym.
Okay, good.
The one thing that I need to mention about the sports hall is when you actually exit the sports hall, you actually exit via the sports hall, you don't come back this way.
Okay,
We're
so
coming back this way just to the gym. But you're actually one way into the sports hall and then you exit out of the sports hall.
Different way in.
Yeah, different way in out, so you don't get a clash between people and cross over people. So now we go to the gym, or the gym areas,
And the one-way system.
the one-way system yet again. What we've actually done is create three areas for the gym. We have two breakout areas. So this is breakout area number 1, and you can see there's a selection of CV equipment there, and you've got your sanitising station. And then we move to breakout area 2, again one-way system.
Another breakout area.
Yeah, we have another breakout area with smaller weights, and just a little bit of CV. So again, it's an area where you can do your exercise. We also have a sanitising station as well.
Okay, is this where like personal training sessions would take place? Or?
You could have personal training sessions, but really it's for people who just want to break out the main gym and just want to use lighter weight, because when you get into the main gym, you see it's got heavier weights in there. But it's a popular area actually.
In here?
Yeah, in here, yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
especially used by ladies. Now to the main gym. Of course, keep it to the one-way system.
People booking then, getting what time when they want, or do you have like a booking system
No,
in place?
everything has to be booked in advance.
Okay.
Everything is booked via the website or the app on the phone. That's so we know exactly who's coming into the building.
Right.
And of course, then it's good for track and trace, should we need to use track and trace. So everything is booked in advance. In the gym here, what you see is every piece of equipment has its own box. The boxes are 2 metres apart from centre to centre. And apart from that, it's a fully operational gym. It's exactly the same as what you'd expect from any gym. We've got the cleaning stations, and we can have a maximum of 24 people in this room at any one time. So you have a CV area. Moving over here. You have the weights area, and again it's all boxed out. Between some of the equipment, if you notice, we do separate some of the equipment with some screens, some perspex screens, just to give it that extra bit of safety.
I can see what you mean about the weights being bigger in here than the other.
Yeah. So this is what you'd expect from a main gym. And that's why that other area is quite popular with with everybody really. Yeah. So now we'll move down to the pool area.
Okay, I found out that the pool's just been opened today, is that right?
The pool's been opened, well, officially from From today, yeah. We did have a bit of a dry run over the weekend to make sure everything was working right. We invited a few people to use it, which they did. And yeah, so officially it's open today. It's bookable in advance, and you can book a session for an hour, and then we have half-hour sessions in between for cleaning purposes. So here we have the pools. We've got two pools. We've got a main pool and a learner pool. At the moment, it's mainly adult only swimming.
Okay.
So we have 3 double lanes in. We have a maximum of 24 people in that pool at any one time. So it's basically 8 people per lane.
Okay.
As I say, it's bookable in advance, and you can swim for an hour. We have a one-way system through the changing room. Once you come onto the poolside, the expectation is you come beach ready. That means you have your costume on your normal clothing. You then leave your bags at the side of the pool. You then follow the one-way system. You go for your swim. You then leave by the one-way system, and you're back through the changing rooms once you've showered. And we do have some changing cubicles available for you to dry off before you leave the pool.
And what are the showers available?
Yeah, again, we've got to make sure that there's 2 metres between each shower.
Okay.
Again, for social distancing purposes. So yeah, it's been well received. The people that have used the pool have really enjoyed the fact that the pool is open again, and it's a very, very popular part of the business.
I can imagine it's a lovely view.
Yeah, lovely view, yeah. But a lot of the people at Kingsbridge do really enjoy the pool.
Right, you head out back to the front. Either new members that are wanting to join from this live or any of your existing members?
Yeah, we have a series of memberships, just like we did pre-COVID. It's no different to that. Anybody wanting to join us, you actually book online. Of course, you can come into the centre and ask for information, and we're more than happy to point you to the right membership which suits your needs. But everything's bookable online. All the centre is open. So all the facilities are open at the moment, so you can swim, you can use a gym, you can use group exercise, and it's really just a matter of get people's confidence back, because obviously with the pandemic, there's a lot of nervousness around, but as you can see, I think we've done everything we can to make sure it's well spaced, it's clean, we have a really, really comprehensive cleaning schedule, which we have to adhere to, both for general cleaning, but also high contact areas. And we've been operating like that since August, since the 3rd of August.
No, that's great. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today, and thank you all for joining our live.